Now, your CBS 47 Pinpoint Weather Forecast.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. We have made it to the weekend, and temperatures will slowly warm up, but we still got some beautiful pictures yesterday of that really low snow. And this picture wins for the lowest snow that we saw. This is out at the Sequoia RV Ranch. It's in Three Rivers, just below 1,000 feet, and you can see the snow in the background there. The hosts, Lori and Steve Brooks, sent in these pictures there. You can see the snow on top of the roof and on the lawn as well. So it was a very interesting storm. Got low snow levels in some areas out there at the RV ranch where a lot of people are camping there, not really expecting to see some snow. But we also only got a dusting, though, up around China Peak there, and Yosemite, showing nothing for Ahwahnee Meadow there. So it was really kind of hit or miss, very low snow levels in some areas and none in others. And it looks like we're really going to be drying out as we head into the weekend. We need some more rain and snow. We were hoping to see some on Saturday. It really looks like that system's going to miss us. Average temperature is 64 degrees. Yesterday topped out at 56, so we're still almost 10 degrees below average. In terms of rainfall, we're short 2.5 inches. We're only at 66% of average, short a full third of our rainfall, and not really seeing any rain over the next 7 days. Temperatures are going to inch up instead, which means beautiful weather. We're not getting that rain we need for the winter. 42 degrees in Fresno right now. Pretty clear look at the valley in the background there with our sky view camera from Owens Mountain. A little chilly, though, in some areas, especially down south around Hanford and Lemoore. So another frost advisory until 9 this morning, but warmer afternoons that'll continue through the weekend. Dry and windy. We'll see some new air move through, so it will be windy as these clouds kind of push past us, but you can see the clear sunshine over Fresno right now. And this next storm system, we're hoping it would kind of just brush the backside of our mountains. Looks like it's going to go further east and drop down on the other side and really miss us all together. 60 degrees for your high today in Fresno, 61 Merced, 62 Los Banas, 63 Coalinga, 59 Tulare, 58 in Visalia. Foothills today are in the low to mid 50s, 50 in Mariposa, 58 in Squaw Valley, and for the mountains today will be in the mid to upper 40s for most areas there. 45 if you're headed up to China Peak for an early start on your weekend. 47 degrees in Shaver Lake, 51 for Yosemite Valley. Our air quality today is going to be back to the good to moderate range across the valley floor. So with wood burning, it's still allowed for your chilly nights. Your Boz mold and pollen count, mold count is still up, pollen still low. Juniper, birch, and ash are in the air. So our 7-day forecast shows temperatures pretty mild through the weekend. Background average by Tuesday of next week, low 60s through the weekend, nearing 70 by the end of next week. Nice weather again, but of course we need that rain. For the mountains, upper 40s, just windy on Saturday, but right now looks dry. We're in the low 50s into next week, could be nearing 60s by the end of next week up in the higher elevations. Now let's check out our CBS 47 Pinpoint Traffic Report presented by Bank of the West. Checking out the city of Fresno, looks like no major problems this morning. Let's take you up north a little bit and to the west side there, Los Banas, Fireball, Mendota. Everything looks clear this morning. We'll keep you updated. We have a couple more chain requirements. We'll go over those in your travel forecast in just a bit.
In just a couple weeks, Jenny, the new river otter exhibit will open over at Fresno's Chaffee Zoo. Crews have been working on this one for about a month, and yesterday they brought in a big old crane to lower a tree into place.
This is a Chinese elm. They're rather popular here in the valley. They are a nice shade tree, and in the summer they drop their, or in the winter they drop their leaves, so the animals can get a lot of sunshine when it's a little cooler out, and then they can enjoy the shade in the summertime.
Measure Z money, which voters approved, is paying for the river otter exhibit. 5:13, 40 degrees. We're on your side with an update on that big fire earlier this week over in Old Town Clovis.
I was like, this ends here, but I smashed real good hard.
The heroic hatchet attack that made that guy famous. More from Kai coming up. This morning, fire investigators in Old Town Clovis continue to look for clues into what sparked that huge blaze Monday morning. It is still not safe enough for firefighters to look around the Country Rose Antique Shop.
The reason why it hasn't been confirmed is this whole roof collapsed inside, and so we haven't had the ability to go and dig it out, and we won't until the building is condemned.
Between the building and all the antiques inside, we're looking at about $1 million in damage. The Clovis Fire Department did meet with other area shop owners yesterday, encouraging them to get fire alarms and sprinklers. Country Rose Antiques didn't have them. This morning, Fresno police are warning truck owners to watch out for tailgate thieves. Ashton McCarn is accused of ripping one off a local Costco parking lot. Investigators say that's not the first one he's stolen either. We talked with a man who says he used to do it, and it's not that hard.
They're like a lever lock, you know, it's like a slide lock. All you gotta do is open tailgate, and once you get those open, you just a couple bolts, you're done. Out of there.
This just been a recent increase, just within the last, last 30 days or so that we've seen one, and there's no pattern to it.
Some tailgates cost thousands of dollars to replace, but there are locks you can buy at local auto parts stores. The hatchet-wielding hitchhiker made famous after a bizarre attack on a PG&E worker. Well, he might take the stand again this morning in Fresno.
Where are you from?
That's a pretty deep philosophical question right there.
Seriously? All right, well, let's just say it was an interesting day in court with Kai, and CBS 47's Tony Body was there.
The testimony provided by 24-year-old Caleb McGilvery, a.k.a. Kai the Hitchhiker, was, in a word, unforgettable. He lashed out toward the defendant, Jet McBride.
This ain't your sick game. There's a people. Jess.
And Kai also reflected on smoking marijuana with McBride and the moments leading up to where the defendant allegedly crashed his car into a PG&E worker on purpose.
He's like, well, I've come to realize I'm Jesus Christ and I can get away with anything I want to. And then he steered right towards them. It was broad f***ing daylight. There's no way he couldn't have seen them. I mean, like, that was f***ing sick. Not in a good way.
The PG&E worker, Rayshawn Neely, broke his leg and several toes. He spoke about his intense pain while pinned between two vehicles.
To give you a scale of 0 to 10, I'd give probably about 15.
Tanya Baker testified that McBride attacked her while she tried to rescue Neely.
He put me into a bear hug and was hitting me on the back.
Then Kai stepped in with his hatchet, hitting McBride over the head not once, not twice, but 3 times.
And he's still holding on to her hair. I was like, this ends here, bud. I smashed him real good and hard.
A big moment came when McBride showed remorse as Neely left the courtroom.
Sorry, Sean.
As for Kai, he was polite with prosecutors, but disrespectful toward McBride's defense attorney.
So I've got a question for you. Can you define point? Are you talking with the index finger, with the middle finger? Do you understand the word implicit?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
CBS 47 legal analyst Carl Fowler says an unruly witness is a lawyer's worst nightmare, and it could prove to damage the prosecution's case.
Because the judge or the jury is going to perhaps blame you for the fact that now their time is here being wasted by somebody that is just turning it into a circus.
Tony Body, CBS 47 on your side.
Great point, Carl. There is a man there who almost died in that accident. It is 5:20, 40 degrees. A Valley High School getting a theater makeover worth millions.
And I'm Mike Scott at San Joaquin Memorial, this week's Cool School. You're going to meet a couple of students here, both members of the National Honor Society and both recently back from international adventures.
You can meet the...
Now, your CBS 47 pinpoint weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Headed into a warmer weekend with lots of sunshine. Yesterday just got brushed by some clouds over the mountains. Those have really cleared out. And unfortunately, our next storm system looks like it's going east of us as well. So we should stay dry through the weekend. 39 degrees in Visalia right now. Winds staying rather light today. Visibility is fine. Frost advisory till 9 o'clock. Still a little frosty around Hanford and Lemoore. 60 for your afternoon. So we are warming up slowly. Sunset time is 5:47 overnight. Mostly clear skies. Should stay above the frost mark in most areas. Clear and chilly though. 41 in Fresno. Sunrise time is 6:37, getting earlier and earlier. And if you're traveling this weekend, we'll see a low 60s along the coast from San Francisco through Pismo, Santa Barbara, all the way down to San Diego. Nearing 70 in LA, 40 in Tahoe with a 30% chance of snow showers, 64 over in Vegas. Now let's check out our CBS 47 pinpoint traffic report presented by Bank of the West. Checking out the city of Fresno again. So far, so good this morning. If you're headed up to China Peak for the weekend or Shaver Lake, you want to check out that recent snow. No chain requirements on the 168. That's clear. 41's clear as well. You will still need chains on the 180 from General Grant Grove up to Hume Lake Road. You'll also need chains on the 245 or 3 miles south of the 180. And you're going to need chains on the 190 if you're going up toward Camp Nelson from the east. The rest of the valley clear so far this morning. We'll keep you updated as we go along. The high winds along the west side have died down as well.
We were there for the grand reopening of the Bullard High School Theater. Students celebrated with theater and musical performances last night. It's more than $4 million worth of renovations, including new lighting, seating, and sound systems. We're on your side checking out another cool school here in the Valley.
CBS 47's Mike Scott introduces us to some globe-trekking students.
Once again, San Joaquin Memorial is our cool school. This time we're going to introduce you to two seniors, both members of the National Honor Society, and they've both recently taken international trips to different destinations to help out families in need.
I ended up in northern Tanzania in a village outside of a city called Arusha. Well, we went to Fiji for 2 weeks.
These two students have good reason to be proud. They've both traveled overseas, Juliet to Fiji, Jordan to Africa. Not for vacation, but instead to donate their time for worthy causes. Jordan left her comfortable life in Fresno to live with a Maasai tribe in Africa, where she and other volunteers built 8 bathrooms for the tribe and also tried to educate the tribe's children about how to avoid serious sexual diseases that are common in Africa.
1 in 5 people in our village tested positive for HIV. And even with that staggering statistic, a lot of people had no idea really what HIV was, what the immune system is. So we taught them about keeping yourself safe sex techniques, and just how to be healthy so that your HIV does not progress into AIDS.
You think you're a better person for having experienced this?
Definitely.
Juliet's mission to Fiji was much different. Her group of volunteers brought donated eyeglasses to remote villages, giving sight to people who've never even owned a pair of glasses.
We used the eyeglass charts that you use at your eye doctor, and we just posted them to like a palm tree or the side of a building, and it took about 5 minutes to diagnose what they needed, and then we'd go in, look through our bags, and then find them a pair.
Was this like the first pair of glasses most of these people had ever had?
Yeah, and a lot of them couldn't read anymore, or they couldn't see very far, and when you'd give them a pair of glasses and they could read their Bible again, they would be so happy.
They are amazing.
Ed Borges is the principal at San Joaquin Memorial. I asked him if he ever worries about his students when they're traveling so many thousands of miles away.
I'm not going to say I'm not concerned, no, but I think what I tend to see is the bigger picture and what kind of indelible experiences they're going to have that's going to stay with them for the rest of their lives.
There was definitely culture shock going into Africa, but there was just as much culture shock coming back to America. I found that the lights in the supermarket were really bright. The music that my friends were playing in the car was way too loud. It was kind of weird to come back and I had a bed and carpet on my floor and a running shower that was just mine and a toilet that was just mine.
Will you go back?
Oh yeah, I want to go back so bad. I definitely want to go back to Fiji to experience that all over again.
So that's what's happening at San Joaquin Memorial. Now I want to know what's happening on your campus. We're looking for good, positive stories to tell. Nominate your school at our website, cbs47.tv.
Wow, love his stories. Good work by those girls. 527, 40 degrees.
The Clippers with a tough test at the Staples Center. We're on your side with sports news.
Making a difference right in our own community. How you can help out in our CBS 47 collection drive.
Not getting the job done. This year's flu shot apparently not working so well in one particular group of people.
The Ellen Show is a place of